Motion, consideration of nominees for appointment as principal secretaries referred to the Departmental Committee on Regional Development.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the following motion. That taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Regional Development in its report on the approval hearings of nominees for appointments as principal secretaries laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 1st December 2022, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 155(3)(b) of the Constitution, the House approves the appointment of Mr. Idris Salim Dokota for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for Asals and Regional Development, and Mrs. Teresia Mbaika Malokwe for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for Devolution. Honorable Speaker, the nominees appeared before the committee on Wednesday, 30th November 2022, and the committee examined their suitability based on the criteria set out in Section 7 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act number 33 of 2011. In addition, the committee examined their academic credentials, relevant experience, knowledge of sector issues, and on leadership and integrity. The committee paid due regard to the procedure used to arrive at the nominee. Any constitutional or statutory requirements relating to the office in question and suitability of the nominee for the appointment proposed, having regard to whether the nominee's abilities, experience, and qualities met the needs of the State Department. Honorable Speaker, the committee, having held approval hearings of the nominees regarding their suitability, observed that due process was followed on the recruitment process as provided for under Article 155(3)(b) of the Constitution and the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act number 33 of 2011. The nominees had the required academic credentials, the relevant experience, knowledge of sector issues, and on leadership and integrity. The committee therefore recommends that the House approves the nomination of Mr. Idris Salim Dokota for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for Asals and Regional Development. 2, the House approves the nomination of Mrs. Teresia Mbaika Malokwe for appointment as Principal Secretary, State Department for Devolution. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and call upon the Honorable Cherorot Joseph Kimutai, member for Kipkelion East, to second. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support what the chairman has presented, that the two Idris Salim Dokota appeared in our committee on vetting, also the Teresia Mbaika Malokwe, and what I will say is that the two actually are equal to the task, Madam Speaker, and therefore I support. I second.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable members, I now propose the question that taking into consideration the findings of Departmental Committee on Regional Development in its report on the vetting of nominee for appointment as Principal Secretary laid on the table of the House on Thursday, December 1st, 2022, and pursuant to provisions of Article 155(3)(b) of the Constitution, approves the appointment of the following persons as Principal Secretaries. Number 1, Ms. Teresia Mbaika Malokwe, State Department of Devolution. And 2, Mr. Idris Dokota, State Department for Asal and Regional Development. Very well, honorable members, I now put the question that taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Regional Development in its consideration of the vetting of nominees for appointment as Principal Secretaries laid on the table of the House on Thursday, December 1st, 2022, and pursuant to provisions of Article 155(3)(b) of the Constitution, approves the appointment of the following persons as Principal Secretaries. 1, Ms. Teresia